Hi, and welcome to another demo. In a previous demo, we showed how we could prepare an LXD virtualization platform on a Ubuntu Linux system. In this demo, which is a follow-up, we will show how we can create, start, stop, and delete LXD virtual machines. Uh, so let's jump into the demo. All right. Now, suppose that we want to create an LXD container or virtual machine on a system that already has LXD installed on it, as we've shown in the previous demo. In our case, virtual machines are the ones that we're going to create, but we can also create containers, but we will concentrate only on virtual machines. All right. But before we do that, we need some sort of an image to create the virtual machines from. An image that is of our favorite Linux distribution, an operating system. Let's first check if we have actually images stored locally in our LXD system. Of course, since we just initialized in our previous demo, there is no image retrieved at all because we haven't created any containers or virtual machines. Um, okay, so far so good. What we can do now is explore what sort of images that are available for LXD. These are images that are either maintained by Canonical, which owns Ubuntu, or maintained by the community. All right, let's check the ones that are maintained by the community. Uh, you see that there's a lot, and we use, the command LX here. Let's go all the way up. Oh, this is a lot. Let me just go all the way up. That is the command we used, LXD image ls images, which these ones are community maintained. All right. Wow. I mean, that was a lot. Now let's narrow it down to Ubuntu, and this one we'll get it from Canonical image server, and we see that whoa, there's a lot of Ubuntu images as well. They maintain all the way, version Ubuntu 14.04 and earlier as well. So that was again a lot. Now let's narrow it down to a particular variant of Ubuntu from the Ubuntu image server. Uh, we see that when we say LXD image ls Ubuntu and narrow it down to Jamie, of the architecture of AMD 64, we get two, one which is a container and one which is a virtual machine. So we're interested in the virtual machine. All right. So now let's use the narrowed down variant and create the virtual machine. All right. And through this process of creating a virtual machine, we will also limit some of the resources that the virtual machine can use so that it doesn't use up all the resources available on the host. So let's launch it with this command. It will take some time because it's going to retrieve the image from the image server. Since this is the first time it's getting the image, and it will store it, it will unpack it into our local LXD system. Now we see that the virtual machine has been created. This process, of course, how long it takes will depend on your system and how fast of a network your system is connected to. And it might take a while. In this case, it didn't take a lot, but it might take a while to download 613 megabytes. All right. Now that we've created the virtual machine, let's use the LXC ls command to list the virtual machines that we have on our system. Well, we see that V1 is created, it's running, it's on this IP version 4 IP address, and this is the IP version 6 IP address. And it's a virtual machine. It doesn't have any snapshots. We will come back to snapshots at later demos, but for the time being, we created a virtual machine, simple one. All right. Uh, Now let's list the images also that have been downloaded for this particular virtual machine. We see that this image has been downloaded, this particular image, because we specified a virtual machine. So this image has been downloaded on our local system. All right, great, so far so good. Now let's access the virtual machine with the LXC execute command, exec command. All right, uh, with 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 this, and we're saying that we want interactive using the bash. Now we're in the virtual machine. All right, how do we know? We can check some information. For example, the size of the memory. It should be 2 gigabytes as we've specified. See a total of 1.9 gigabytes, how much that has been used. Let's check out the disk size. It should be maximum of 5 GB. You see, 4.7, 1.4 is used, 3.4 is okay. Let's use apt update to update the package indexes. We see that it's going to the repository of Ubuntu. All right, and now since we don't have Nano, oh, Nano is there. Since we don't have netstat, for example, let's install NetTools. Apt install NetTools. Great. NetTools gives us the possibility to check the IP address. We see that this is the IP address, and we have a virtual machine that we can work on as we please. All right. I'm going to exit by just taking Control D, and we'll go back to our demo. All right. Now that we have a virtual machine running, let's stop it and let's see if it stopped. Just a second. I need to, yeah, we see that it stopped. All right. Now let's delete it and check if it's deleted. Yeah, it's gone. So easy is that the process of creating and deleting virtual machines. And that's why we will be using LXD in the course, so that it's easy for us to manage virtual machines that are created by LXD. LXD is just a tool that gives us an easy way to manage virtual machines, create them, delete them, take a backup, and so on. All right. Now, let's create the virtual machine again. All right. And hopefully this time it will be faster because we already have the image locally. All right. It already retrieved the image from a local, and it should just start it. You see, the process is quite faster than the previous one, because now we have the image locally. It means that it doesn't need to go out into the network in order to get it down or download it. Okay, you see, we have the virtual machine is running. We created it again. There we go. Wonderful. Great. Now we can create, stop, and delete an LXD image. In the next demo, we will see how we can start, stop, and add additional disks to the virtual machine. And that concludes our demo. See you on the next demo. Bye bye.